Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy, Luis Portelles. And for today's video, we're going to be talking about Miss Universe 2022, but more precisely, the swimsuit competition during the preliminaries. Now, I'm going to be quite frank. I had a really hard time just limiting my picks to 16 and an even harder time to rank them. So what I'm going to do for this video in particular is just I'm going to talk about my standouts. There's a lot of content to create ahead of the coronation, and I did not want to waste time ranking them. Honestly, I think that all of these ladies did an exceptional job, and if they made my top 16, it means that the performance was already flawless. So I just hope that you enjoyed this video and that you find some sort of value in it. If you do, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and be part of the conversation in the comment section down below. I will bring, first of all, my picks, but also a little bit of music because I want to get us in the zone in order to talk about pageantry. Such a fun topic. So, anyways, here we go. At number, well, actually, no number. The first girl that I wanted to highlight is none other than Miss Italy. We are familiar with her, we love her so far, and honestly, she exceeded my expectations during the swimsuit presentation. The reason why I said that is because we all know that Miss Italy is a model. She, has worked within this industry. She excels in this industry. But sometimes, being a beauty queen and being a model is not quite the same thing. So we get a little bit more of like the stiff walk from the model world rather than the, elegant and graceful and playful walk of a beauty queen. However, Miss Italy gave us a show-stopping moment, show-stopping performance. I really enjoyed her presentation, and I thought that she looked beautiful from head to toe. The face, the hair, the body, everything was on point. Let me know, what do you feel? How do you feel about her? But honestly, I am super happy with what she gave us on stage. Moving on to the next one on the list, I wanted to talk about Solaris, Miss Universe Panama, who, I mean, quite frank, she just pretty much lived up to my expectation because I've been saying this about her. If you go back to my previous videos, you will see that I mentioned that this is a girl with experience. She has been to other pageants, more precisely Miss World, arguably the second biggest pageant in the world. So she know how these things works, and I think that she was very strategic because during preliminary, she gave us a performance that was undeniable and that I am sure 100% that is going to make her crack the top 16 of the competition. If that doesn't happen, then you will see me riot. But anyways, just look at her, just look at this photo. From head to toe, this woman is magnificent and nothing less. Ooh, now this is getting real. Let's talk about Jamaica. So many people were telling me this is early in the competition, like, Luis, you might be overlooking Jamaica, you might be, and I have to admit that yes, but sometimes I think that some candidates really save the best for last and they stand out during preliminaries because they know it's a decisive moment. I think that this was the case for Jamaica. Although I did start noticing her ever since she arrived in New Orleans, the preliminary was really the moment where I was like, wow, she is a force to be reckoned with. Um, Even during the live stream, when I was watching the show, so many people in the chat were just in awe of her performance, just the presence, how commanding she was. She was like floating on stage, so in control of the cape and everything. And of course, when it comes to the physicalities of the competition, she was just on point. So very good and very happy for Jamaica as well. Now let's talk about Bahrain, and I know that actually I've been looking at some of like other people's picks, and I don't see Bahrain all the time on their picks. But I'm going to say this: I am really pleased and I am really surprised with her presentation because, first of all, as you know, because of where she comes from and religious beliefs, she is completely covered during the swimsuit presentation. We are not really used to seeing that too much at Miss Universe, but I think it's an important message. And really, what I take away from it is that even while being completely covered, this woman stood out for me. Just the performance, the facial expressions, the movement with the body, the hips more precisely. I think that it just says a lot, that in a room full of women who are in swimsuit, you can just go ahead completely covered and still stand out and be a highlight. So I really want to give her props for that. I truly enjoyed her performance. Now, let's talk about India, and I don't want to make this overly long because, as you guys know, I made a separate video just about India and her full performance during the preliminary competition. Unfortunately, that video was blocked here on YouTube, but I did post it on my Facebook page if you guys want to go and watch it. I think that Divita definitely nailed the preliminary competition. I think that she looks so relaxed, she looks so at ease, and she's just enjoying the moment. And I think that all of those things translate very, very well on stage. Of course, the body and the beauty, she already has it. Just look at the waist and the hips. I'm like so jealous. I want to know who her trainer is because I need to make a phone call yesterday. Just kidding, but I'm really, really happy with Divita. I think that she lived up to everyone's expectations. And for those who were doubting her, well, she just proved them wrong. Moving on, we have Thailand. Of course, this is such an exciting year for Thai fans and for people who are rooting for Thailand overall from all over the world. I think that Anna has been exceeding all of our expectations, and of course, the preliminary competition was going to be a lot of pressure for her because she needs to really deliver in order to move on to the top 16 during finals and make sure that she is deserving of a spot in the whatever tops they might come from. Now they're talking about top 5, top 3, and then the winners. We'll see. But anyways, Anna was just a highlight of the night for me. I was so happy with her presentation. Actually, she was like floating on stage. The way that she handled the cape, it was like, she was so in control. Every single movement, every single contact with the camera, with the audience, with the judges, this girl was just a pleasure to witness on stage. I don't know if you guys agree, but for most of the comments that I've seen online, I have the feeling that most people really got a positive aftertaste of her performance. So go ahead and let me know if you are on the same page. Now, moving on, let's talk about South Africa and Davino Kerry. So amazing. A highlight of the night as well. And I feel like I'm saying that for everyone. But this is exactly why I told you that this is not necessarily in any particular ranking, because just the quality of what we got during the coronation night is just unmatched. I'm so, so happy. But anyways, let's talk about Ndavi. She looked incredible in this blue swimsuit. I think that also the hair makes her look absolutely stunning. And of course, the most important part is just the presence on stage. And Davi has this very fierce edge, but at the same time, she carries herself in a very elegant way that, as I said earlier on a previous video, I think it's going to be super important, especially this year since they're looking for a leader. I don't think it's all about being sexy and being raunchy and being naughty. It's all about carrying yourself like a leader. And that is what this girl gave me during the swimsuit presentation. Now, let's talk about Mexico. Oh my God. One of the surprises for me, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I definitely overlooked Mexico over the past few weeks, over the past few months. I think that, I was definitely rooting for her right after her coronation. But then something got lost in translation, like after a few weeks. Like I stopped seeing content from her. I was not hearing anything about her on the pageant pages, so I just felt like the hype was dead. However, wow, 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 wow! This performance was everything and more, and I'm still processing, to be quite honest, just how good Irma was on stage. Look at the body. Just look how physically prepared this woman is. I can only imagine the training and for how long she was really paying attention to her diet, to her exercises. But most importantly, look at her face. She looks like she's having a blast. And I think that was really what stayed with me. It's just how effortless her performance was. So go ahead and let me know. What do you think about Mexico? Of course, one of the fan favorites. Let's talk about USA, Albany. I think that there was, a lot for Albany to prove during the preliminaries competition, but I think that she did such an incredible job. Coming from Miss USA and all of the drama and all of that, one of my fears was that all of those things and the controversies might get into her head and affect her during the presentations, during the competition overall. But that was definitely not the case. Arbany seems to be more ready than ever. She seems to be so hungry for that crown. And I believe that she is, as of right now, one of the front runners. I see her, you know what? I'm not going to name rankings because I already said this is not a ranking list and I don't want to give away my final predictions. but she's really up there in my opinion. I'll make a separate video so that we can talk as well about the evening gown presentations. But good news all across the board. One thing that I liked about her is just um, she took her time on stage. She took the time to really showcase her body, her different angles. She took the time to showcase the cape and the message. And I just love how everything is so cohesive. Even the color of the cape and her swimsuit are all, matching. And once again, look at the abs. I'm jealous. Okay, let's move on. At number 10, we have Colombia. Wow. Mafe, Maria Fernanda, please, you look so, so good. There's only one thing about Maria Fernanda that I will mention is that I feel like for most of the competition, for most of the presentation on stage for swimsuit, her arms were just like open, wide open, and there wasn't like a lot of changes with that. But still, the walk, the presence, and of course the face card never declines. It is just impossible to not put her on the top list because she stands out just by her natural beauty. And of course, she does have, the Colombian training, the Colombian flavor. So for me, so far, ever since she arrived in the competition, she has been nothing but a breath of fresh air. I did mention this before. She really grew on me ever since she was announced to be Miss Universe Colombia. I wasn't like head over heels about her since the very beginning, but at this point in the competition, I'm actually rooting for her to get the crown. Like if she wins the entire thing, I wouldn't be upset. So you go, Colombia. Now, Peru. Alessia, one of the controversial queens, because if you guys remember, I like to talk a little bit about history. Let's bring out the anecdotes. Going back to her coronation days, so many people were complaining about her communication skills, her walk, and saying that she was not deserving, that there were other candidates that were better. I believe that Alessia has truly been putting in the work to prove that she deserves the spot, that she's capable of doing it, of doing this, and that she's capable of doing it properly. When she went on stage, there is absolutely no way to take your eyes off this woman. The body, she's so high, like I cannot believe like she's so tall. And the styling, I just think that the hair, the makeup, everything looks absolutely on point. Even without all of that, she has a natural beauty that is undeniable, and that's truly for me what makes her stand out so much on stage. I think that of course this is swimsuit, but I don't just look at the body. I look at the how they walk on stage, of course how they handle themselves, and at the end of the day, it's still a beauty pageant. So how beautiful do they look overall while doing it? So there you go for Miss Peru. Now Curacao. Curacao was in quarantine for a while, and she came out just as if she was about to eat everyone in this competition. Like this woman did this so incredibly well. I'm guessing that during her time in quarantine, she was working out, she was still preparing because the body looks like she just came out of the gym. Like, no joke. I think that she gave us one of the most like edgy performances, like more sexy, more commanding. And truthfully, I do appreciate that because I have seen other scenarios where she has been more on the leadership, side of things. I have also seen videos of her being very likable and very personable. Personable, is that the word? Anyways, you get the point. She's been very relatable. So yes, I think that her time on stage was definitely, once again, a highlight of the night for me. And based on public opinion, I think that she is one of the fan favorites to win the pageant. So how are you feeling about Miss Curacao? Now, Amanda Dudamel, let's talk about her. For a very long time, I have been giving Amanda very good critiques, even going as far as putting her as my number one pick on my pre arrival picks for Miss Universe. And something that I really like about her is just how youthful, how bubbly, how fun she is. She doesn't give me the pageant patty stereotype. She really comes across as a very dynamic, modern woman. I like that about her. Um, on stage, that's exactly what I saw. I saw a woman who was in control of her face, of her body, of her personality. She knew how to portray herself in a way that she came across as being empowered. And from beginning to end, what I was seeing on stage, it was just like a beautiful goddess. And that is truthfully undeniable. I think that Amanda really has to go above and beyond to prove that she is able to, win this pageant, because of course Venezuela has done so well over the years at Miss Universe. And I think that, at this point, when they're giving crowns to countries that have already a lot of crowns, there needs to be like something undeniable about them. I am super, super happy with the preliminary competition. Now let's see what she has in store for us for finals. Now let's talk about the Philippines. I am super, super happy about Celeste's performance. If you guys have not watched that video, I did make a separate video just for Celeste's full performance, just like I made for India as well. So there I will get more in details about the entire thing. But overall, what I like the most about Celeste is that, as I said many times, she is very technically correct. Like, her walk is very fierce, is very unique. The way that she walks, and the knees go up, I just like it because it really makes her stand out from everyone else. But at the same time, on top of having her very own signature walk, what I like about Celeste is that it was just like so effortless. You couldn't feel nerves, you couldn't feel pressure, anxiety whatsoever. It was like she was just, walking across the stage, enjoying her moment, just, like just looking at the judges and then going back to the backstage area. Even she handles super, super well the cape that she has here on stage. And, in terms of styling and everything, I think that it reflects her performance. Nothing crazy going on with the hair, very minimalistic makeup, which I think is very clever. Celeste is just proving to everyone that with a lot of makeup, with a little bit of makeup, or with no makeup at all, she can still be flawless. So you go, Philippines. Of course, let's talk about Puerto Rico. Ashley Cariño, you know, last video that I made where I talked about Ashley, I told you guys I feel like she has not peaked within the competition just yet. Well, this for me is one of the peaks in the competition. Ashley was nothing less than excellent during the preliminary competition. Actually, when I was watching the live stream, the live show, um, I thought for a moment that she slipped, but then when I watched the preliminary competition once again, I just saw that there was no slip whatsoever. It's just like a lot of information being thrown at you when you are live and dealing with the audience and looking at the TV. It's just a lot. But truthfully, I'm impressed by her. I think that the aura of like empowered woman, leader, strong person really came across during this particular presentation. And the body, the face, I mean, that has never been up for questioning. She has always been one of the front runners in terms of beauty. So super happy for Ashley. I think that now more than ever, Puerto Rico is getting closer to the crown. So let's see what happens during finals. And last but not least, the candidate that I wanted to talk about is Dominican Republic. And I will say, I will tell you this. Arguably, if I had to rank all of these ladies, Dominican Republic will be my number one pick for the swimsuit presentation. And the reason for that is because as soon as she came out on stage, I just got the chills. I just got the chills, and I think that's a very telling thing to happen, for someone to be so undeniably good that you can make me feel such a strong emotion all the way from home. Like, I'm not even in the venue. I'm not even watching this like, front row whatsoever. I am literally on the other side of the world in front of my TV, in front of a webcam, and like a bunch of people watching me live. So I just thought that she was incredible. I love her body, her beauty, the styling, the facial expressions. It's like she's so graceful, so elegant. I just enjoyed it. Even the way that the movement with the hips, the arms, the way that she handled the cape, I could sit here and give her compliments for hours. So I guess you guys get the idea. But of course, I want to make this as usual, interactive. Go ahead and let me know, what do you think about my picks? I know for a fact, you guys, that many of you are going to tell me, why didn't you include this country? Why didn't you go for the reality of it is that this year is going to be a bloodbath at Miss Universe. There's only a top 16, and a lot of ladies that we are all rooting for will be left behind. So of course, I had to be very selective, and there's a lot of other girls that I would love to talk about, but unfortunately, it's only 16. So if you want to highlight them or add anything to the conversation, go down in the comment section and do your thing. While you're at it, don't forget to hit the like button so that this video gets recommended to more people, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. I will see you very soon with another video about the evening gown segment. Okay. All right, everyone. Take care and see you on the next one.